Good morning, my app are back. Build day 17, here's the plan. Columns for the house need the concrete pouring up to the level of the current concrete hollow blocks, backfill, and perimeter walls, and I think some work on the carport area. What could possibly go wrong? So it's a Monday morning, we're back to a full crew size. For most of the crew, they had the day of rest yesterday, but the Magnificent 8 carried on and they're just pushing on through. So today they will continue with putting forms on the columns around the outside of the house and then pouring concrete into some of those up to the level of the concrete hollow blocks as they are now, which is basically just below where the slab level will be. They will continue work on the perimeter walls, both north and south side, and there are a couple of guys working already around the area of the carport. So it is, once again, of course, blisteringly hot. If anything, it seems hotter today than it has been before, given how early it is. But, full crew, let's see how we get on. Right, we're struggling with shadows a little bit here, but this was one of the columns that was poured yesterday, and it looks in pretty good nick. There are a few minor voids, and that is true for the other 3 that were poured yesterday, but all, to my eyes at least, very minor. So that's a good start. Today they're planning to pour another 8 columns and backfill. Now they do have a small setback with the backfill. It's not going to go as fast as they had hoped, and I'll show you why in a moment. Okay, again we're in shadow and shade, but this is the reason why the backfill may go a little slower today than anticipated. The diggerator thingy is too small. We've got the wrong one. So they're going to wait for a significantly larger one to be delivered. So that means that backfill for now is all manual. So here on the, what are we? North side. We're back to blokes digging holes and disappearing into the earth. We've got Murillo, and we got JR, and we got Jojet, and we got NJ, who completely has disappeared now. Let's see if he reappears. Does his head come up? There it is! Can you make him out? So, digging out more trenching, more column holes, and getting, as you can probably make out, into where the carport will be. So, here on the south side, the guys are still moving along, getting this wall up to the first 3 blocks. And it really is hard work just here. All sorts of obstacles in the way. Does make it quite slow progress, but at least we're back to a crew of 3 here. We're well past the edge of the house now for the blocks up to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows, and they go further still with the first row 1 more section beyond that. So almost down to originally where we had the carport, although the carport is being moved a little bit further towards the road, just to try and make sure that we don't block too much of the view out of the kitchen. And the holes seem to be getting deeper. I'm not sure why, but the holes they're digging for the carport, for the columns, they're huge. Maybe it's just because the earth is piled up surrounding them right now. So from here, not quite in the middle of the house, but approximating that, we've got 5 columns Poured so far today out of Manny's target of 8. And a lot more soil has been basically backfilled up against the insides of the walls and the outsides. We will need a lot more soil to bring this up to grade. But we do have, at the moment, a big pile of soil over there, which we can start to use. I suspect it will not be enough. I think they'll have to bring in some more from outside. But we shall see. Watch this space. Here, in a completely separate project, we have Marlon, who is basically piling up a lot of the wood that we got from cutting down goodness knows how many trees. And shortly, this will no longer be wood, it will be charcoal. Marlon will magically turn this into charcoal. But he's doing this all by himself. He's a one-man crew. And that's a lot of wood that he's manually picking up and adding to this rather large pile. Could be quite a lot of charcoal. I don't know how much it compacts down when you turn it to charcoal, but I guess there'll still be quite a few bags. We'll see. So we're at just after 4:30. The crew is out. And the burning question is, did Manny get to his predicted 8 columns poured today? Base of 8 columns up to grade level. And the answer is, of course he did. Smashed it. 12. Plus some more earth brought in to get a little bit closer to grade, but clearly still a long way to go. A lot of soil needs to be brought in into this area to get us to where we need to be. That's a challenge for later in the week. Let's check out the walls. On the north side, we extend now from where the property comes in a little bit, all the way down to getting close to where the carport is, and absolutely not the full height yet. We've got a long way to go on that. We will be aiming for 2.5 meters of height above the grade level, so still a lot of bricks to be laid and an awful lot of the property still yet to see any development work on that yet for the walls. So a long way to go. Right, let's have a look at the south side. So, as always, it's a little bit more difficult to make out here, but they have put in another 2.5, almost 3 sections up to the 3-block limit, or 3-block height, sorry. And they're continuing as before to dig out as they go. So the hard yards continue here. So that's day 17 in the bag. The crew today, the word I heard the most coming from them was Mapali. Hot. It did feel hot today, even though the weather app was telling us it wasn't quite as, the temperature-wise, as hot as it has been, but the humidity was up today as well. We were above 70%, I think 73% at about 3 o'clock. So that combination of high heat and high humidity, the guys were, it was tough going today. But as always, no slacking. They kept pushing on. Okay. That's the day in the bag. See you tomorrow.